Hi there and welcome. Today's topic is all around detoxing and to compare the Ayurvedic approach to detox with the more mainstream Western juice fasting 7-day cleanse that a lot of my clients have been doing. So I like to just differentiate between these and explain a little bit about how they are different conceptually. So from an Ayurvedic perspective, what are we actually detoxing? The answer is ama. Now, ama is a Sanskrit word that means impurity or undigested matter. In a body that is really well-tuned, well-oiled, holistic body, living in harmony with nature, ideally we're eating food, it's being digested well. That means that the nourishment is coming out of it, no more, no less, and it's pooped out through the poop tubes. However, what often happens because of our diets, because of our inability to align ourselves with the rhythms of the day, because of our jobs, we are often sitting with this food, this undigested matter or ama, in the body, and it starts to build up. Think of your body as having pipes and tubes, and this ama is like a sticky, heavy substance that is accumulating in these tubes so that it's like a coating around the digestive system, so that the digestive system isn't functioning properly. It's not that it's not working, but it's not working optimally. When you have a lot of ama, the first thing you will translate that as is feeling heavy, feeling sluggish. You might notice one of the symptoms as being having fatigue. Maybe it's digestive issues where you've got a lot of gas, you've got a lot of bloating. When you think about these problems from an energetic point of view, it's that things are not moving from the mouth to the anus in a way that is smooth because there's stuff clogged in the system. If your body is not taking the nutrients in because of this clogging, what you might find happening is that you're eating a lot, but it's not being able to be absorbed by the tissue. And therefore, you're putting on weight because your body's having to eat more and not really absorb it well. The other thing that you might have is inflammation. It could be skin issues, or maybe it's heartburn. Maybe you're having flare-ups in various other organs even. So this ama is a result of not eating food that is natural, perhaps not moving well, and just getting clogged. How ama can settle in your body? Well, there's 3 places where it really shows up. The first one is settling in the digestive tract. Again, like I said, bloating, constipation, weight gain. Another area where ama can really settle is in the liver. And this would show up as random skin rashes, random inflammation in the body. The third is ama building up in the lungs. And this would show up as respiratory problems such as asthma, bronchitis, a lot of mucus. What are the Ayurvedic solutions to this? Well, this is where an Ayurvedic detox is coming in. That's what its whole function is to do. It's not to let you lose weight, it's to pull the ama out of the tissues, out of these tubes, the shrotas as they call them. So right off the bat, the intention of an Ayurvedic detox is a little bit different than what I often find my clients doing, which is juice fasts, intermittent fasting, for weight loss, right? There is a little different. So how can we use the principles of Ayurveda to shift ama? Like I mentioned before, eating food that is very easy to digest, that is home prepared, eaten at the right times, and you can check out my other video around when to eat for best digestion, is the first way, so that you're not adding more problems to the already clogged system. The second is to drink plenty of water to have the release happen and flush out easily. The third is to get regular exercise. So not just things like running on a treadmill, but specifically think of these tubes in the body. When something gets like caught in a tube or in a pipe, one of the ways that we can get things out is to squeeze and release. Many of my clients, I recommend them to do yoga practices because the asanas are specifically designed to squeeze and release, especially things like binds or twists. So I often work with them when they're doing the detox and give them a few yoga postures, a few exercises, especially around the digestive tract, that will help this squeeze and release happen. There are some herbs that you can take to support the digestive system and also the elimination, because we want to make sure if we're releasing this ama that it's able to be released out the bottom. And that might also include things like colonic irrigation if the colon is a little bit underperforming. The last thing is to work with someone to actually have some kind of accountability, because when we're releasing this old gunk, it can be, first of all, emotionally quite draining, and then second of all, it can feel quite a challenge. So I often say to people, get an accountability partner, because the other thing is that comparing an Ayurvedic detox with a Western detox this is more of a long game situation. I often see my clients doing 5-day cleanses because they're intense, right? The Western model is do it fast, do it intensely, and watch for the results. Well, the energy that goes into the Western model is the energy that you get out. So you get out often an intense, result. Maybe you lose 10 pounds in 5 days or something, but it doesn't last long. It's not deep in the body. And so intense, fast, but it doesn't last a long time, versus the Ayurvedic model, which maybe takes a month, maybe it's usually 6 weeks of detoxing to get into the various layers of the body. So it's longer, it's deeper in the body. And for that reason, you only really need to do it once a year. So the other thing is around aligning when you do certain things. The Western model doesn't seem to care exactly when you do a detox. You can do it all year round. It doesn't really matter. From an Ayurvedic perspective, we want to align ourselves with the right moment. It's like a surfer knows exactly when to get on the wave, because the wave will help carry him or her. So from an Ayurvedic perspective, we want to think about the timing of the detox. So there's a couple of cogs that I recommend. The first is like big picture cosmic cog of springtime. Springtime is naturally a release time, a shedding time, and a growth time, new time. So doing it around April, May is recommended. Beyond that, within that time period, thinking about lunar calendar, I recommend starting a detox around a full moon, so that the draining aspect is helping you along with releasing the ama from your body. If you decide that you really wanted to go hard, you could do something like a panchakarma, which is very particular to Ayurveda. If you're not sure what panchakarma is, it's a deep body detox cleanse, and it's done under the supervision of an Ayurvedic doctor. If you want to find more about this, then check out my vlog, which I filmed in India in 2022, where I did my own 28-day Ayurvedic Panchakarma treatment. So you can read or see a little bit more about that there. The idea behind the detox is a huge part of Ayurveda. So it's not just about the surface level, like what I'm doing, it's about intentionality and consciousness. So if I have noticed that I have ama in my body, I've lined myself up with spring, I've got my cleanse starting on a full moon, I'm going to do it for 40 days and I'm going to be under supervision. I'm going to be doing a yoga practice as well. The next thing is to think about, there's a part of me that is being released, and I want to just align with my body, with what's around me. So this would be my time to be doing reflective work, doing journaling work, and thinking about things that I have taken in to my life as well as my body that have been clogging me up. The chance to be able to do a detox is a spiritual moment. It's a way for me to unburden some part of me that is weighing me down spiritually. And this is where an Ayurvedic detox is really different than a Western model. So in my own experience, my 40-day cleanses, I will set out a clear intention. I will take a reflective moment to think about not just the food that I have eaten or the habits that I've done that have created this buildup, like where my boundaries have been off to allow stuff in, but I want to think about this new aspect, this new variation of myself that will be there at the end of the detox. And I'm working on maybe perhaps clearing out some friendships that I don't want to have anymore. Maybe I'm working on other habits that I want to release. Maybe I'm working on an area in my home that has got clogged up. It's a closet perhaps, maybe it's my fridge, right? Ways that I can create more space, freedom, and more pulsation. When we have ama, we lose pulsation. In Ayurveda and in all energy work that I do, pulsation is the key. When we start to lose this pulsation, stagnation happens. When we have stagnation, that is where the heaviness comes in, the fatigue comes in, and we feel like gunky. So, what can you take away? Well, if you're looking for something that's a little bit deeper than just a surface polish and 7 days of juicing to lose 10 pounds, then I highly consider checking out my intro to Ayurvedic living. What can you take away from this? If you're looking for detox that is really deep, you want to get to the bottom of a problem, have a go at doing an Ayurvedic detox, taking an Ayurvedic approach. Seek out someone that knows what this is and can support you. If you're looking for just a quick refresh for yourself, then maybe a 5-day juice cleanse is going to do it. It will certainly be a little bit easier on your digestion, and you will feel that little bit of perkiness to you after you've done it. Whatever you choose, do it consciously, know exactly why you're doing it. And if you're curious about finding out how to live in a way that is maintaining good health so that ama is less likely to build up in your system, then check out my Introduction to Ayurvedic Living course. It's a mini course designed for any level of practitioner, whether you're new to Ayurveda or you've already studied a bit, and just goes through some of the basic principles so that you can align your body with nature, with your own nature, and really find wellness every single day in a way that is holistic, harmonious, and keeps some of that ama at bay. Thank you for listening. Of course, if you have any questions, then please feel free to comment below, and I invite you to subscribe for more videos around Ayurveda and lunar work, intuitive work, energy, yoga, and meditation. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat. Namaste.